Hello students, welcome to TaxMam classes. Today we are going to see the overview of this chapter, income from house property, and we are going to learn all the basic concepts from this video, so that if you understand the basic concepts, then only we can do the final answer or final question in the examination. So one must be thorough with the basic concepts. So see, income from house property is covering from section 22 to 27 of the Income Tax Act. So what is this section 22 talks about? Means chargeability. That means what all income will be covered under income from house property. If I ask you a question, what all income will be covering under this income from house property, means you will directly say this: all the income earned from the house property will be covering under income from house property. Then I want to ask you a question that Mr. A is an SSE. He is having an house property. Let's take he is having an house property, and he is running a business in this house property. Let's say he is having a kirana shop and he is running, and he is earning income. He is earning income. So my question is, what is this income? Should I call it as income from house property, or should I call it as income from business? Under which head the income should be taxable for Mr. A? For house property, he is having a house property and he is running a business in this house property, that is Kiranam shop, and he is earning income. Under which head it should be taxable? That means under income from house property or income from business. Or I can see that Mr. B is also having one house property and he is a lawyer. He is a lawyer and he is running his profession in this house property. He is running his business in this house property and he is earning income. So under which head this income is taxable? Under house property or under profession, income from profession? So I am having two doubts. What is the basic thing? We can see that what is the chargeability section means all the income which is earning from house property is taxable under income from house property. So my two doubts are these two things. So I will clear these two doubts. What is the chargeability section talks about means there are three conditions are there. What are the three conditions means? The first one, SSE must have one house property. This is the first condition. The second condition, and the SSE must be the owner of the house property. Second condition. And the third condition, an SSE should earn income from this house property in the name of rent only. That means all the income which SSE is earning from the house property in the name of rent only will be charged under the head income from house property. That means Mr. A, who is an SSE, who is running a kiranam shop in the house property, the income which will be earning will be covered under income from business, not income from house property. Why? Because A is the owner of the house property. He is having one house property. First condition is solved, and he must be the owner. Yes, he is the owner. Second condition is also solved. And what is the third condition? He must be earn income in the name of rent. If he is earning income in the name of rent, then only it will be charged under the head income from house property. If we can see here, the income is earning in the name of business, so the income will be charged under the head business, not income from house property. In the same manner, see, the SSE Mr. B is having the house property and he is owner of the house property. So the two conditions are solved, where he is earning income in the name of a profession, not in the name of rent. That's why it will be charged under the head profession but not income from house property. So these are the three basic conditions you can memorize, right? So what is the thing? What is the chargeability talking about? SSE must have one house property and he must be the owner of that house property, and he must earn income in the name of rent, so that the income what he is earning will be charged under the head income from house property. So you have understood section 22, right? Now we will see the section 23. So regarding the chargeability, I got one doubt also. What is that doubt means? Mr. A is an SSE who is having a vacant land. he is having a vacant land and he rented this, and he gave this vacant land to another person. On a rent basis he is earning income. So my doubt is, under which head it is taxable? Under the head income from house property or business or anything. So what is the doubt? Why I am raising the doubt means, he is having a vacant land and he is giving on a rent basis and he is earning income. So is it taxable under the head income from house property or any other head? Means the answer is, according to the section 22, an assessee must have one house property. Here what is the meaning of house property? Means 4 walls should be there and a shed over that should be there. That will be called as house property. Then if any vacant land is there, beside that, attached to that building, if there is any vacant land, the whole thing will be called as a house property, where the house property is there and to that, beside that, and if there is any attached vacant land is there, that will be also considered as a house property only. And if like that any vacant land is there and then the assessee is giving it as on a rent basis and he is earning income, then it will be called as income from house property. But if an assessee is having just only a vacant land and he is earning income from that, it will be chargeable under the head income from other sources, or if it is a business, then it will be chargeable under the head income from business. Right. So see, coming to the next section, that is section 23, gross annual value. What is this gross annual value? See the words gross annual value. Leave this gross. Annual value. Annual value means per year value. That means per year the value. That means if a person is having a house property, if we give it as on a rent basis, per year whatever the income an assessee is going to earn will be called as annual value. So what is this gross annual value? Means before deducting the expenditure, the amount what we will have will be called as gross annual value. So our answer always starts with gross annual value. This will be our pro forma, right? So gross annual value, computation of income from house property. Our answer of computation of income from house property always starts with gross annual value. So this is the first step. We have to find out the gross annual value and we have to take that amount. So after that we have to deduct municipal tax paid by the owner. So if we deduct the expenditure from the gross annual value, the amount what we will get will be called as net annual value. From net annual value, we will give the deductions. So deductions are described under chapter 24. The two deductions are there, 24A and 24B. 24A is a standard deduction, that means at the rate 30% on NAV. NAV means net annual value. So this municipal tax amount will be given in the question directly. So we have to find out the gross annual value. From gross annual value, we have to deduct the municipal tax. We will get the net annual value. Once we get the net annual value, we have to give the deductions under section 24. So how many deductions are there? Two deductions are there. 24A standard deduction, 24B interest on borrowed capital. So we have to give two deductions, 24A and 24B. What is this 24A standard deduction? That is 30% on NAV. On this amount, whatever the amount we are getting on that, 30% we have to give it as a deduction. 24B interest on borrowed capital. Some provisions are there. According to that provisions, we have to give the deduction. So once we give the deduction, the net amount what we will get will be called as income from house property. It is a very simple chapter. See, if you can see the pro forma itself. What is the pro forma? We have to calculate gross annual value. This is a 2-step or 3-step process. It is very easy. Every amount will be given in the question. You have to just put into some provisions. You will get the gross annual value. If we get the gross annual value, municipal tax will be given in the question. We have to deduct the municipal value. Then we will get a net annual value. Once we get a net annual value, we can deduct 24A, that is standard deduction. Standard deduction means this deduction is available for all the persons who is having income from house property. So 24A we will give. 24B, if a person has borrowed any capital for purchase of this house property or construction or repair or any purpose for this house property, if a person has SSC has taken any loan and he is paying any interest on that, that amount will be allowed as deduction under section 24B. If we deduct these two deductions from the net annual value, the amount what we will get will be called as income from house property. Right. See the next three points. So this point talks about arrears of rent. That means what all the income is we are earning and SSC is earning in the name of rent will be called as income from house property, right? So if arrears are there, then when it should be taxable? We didn't receive some part of the amount this year, but we received later. So is it taxable in the present year or in the next year? So we will go through the provisions. Co-owners. So if a house property is having 2 or 3 owners, then for whom it is taxable, or both the persons are taxable, or in a what ratio it is taxable, according to the ownership is it taxable, we will learn the provisions. And deemed owners. What is this deemed owners means? This point why we got lease, I will explain with an example. Let's take Mr. A is having an house property and Mr. A is already having 3 lakhs of income from salary or other incomes. He is having 3 lakhs of income, and from this house property he is getting a 2 lakhs of income. That means per year how much is the gross total income? He is getting a total income of 5 lakhs. So what he is doing means to reduce the tax evasion. What he was doing means he is transferring this house property to Mrs. A. So what happens? His income reduced by 2 lakhs. That means he will be having the gross total income as 3 lakhs only. So that means what happens? His tax liability also will decrease, or according to the provisions he may not be liable to pay tax. It may be. So in these cases he is trying to reduce the tax liability, or to for tax evasion he is doing these things. He was transferring the house property to Mrs. A, or for his daughters or for his sons he is transferring. So in these cases, for whom this the income will be taxable, under which hand the income will be taxable. So these are the provisions we are going to learn in the coming classes. So this is just an overview of income from house property. Income from house property is covering from section 22 to 27. So 22 talks about chargeability, 23 talks about gross annual value, and you got the meaning what is the gross annual value. You may get it as a 4 marks question, as a theory question, or they may give the amounts and they may ask to calculate the gross annual value. It is very important. And deductions also very important one. And arrears of rent, you may get these three sections you may get for 4 marks in the examination. So let's learn these concepts in the coming classes. Thank you for watching. If you like my way of explanation, please like and subscribe my channel.